In the vast silence of the sea, giant creatures sing. Their songs travel for miles beneath the surface, weaving through shifting currents and the depths of the sea. But those songs may carry more than melody. They may carry messages about life, hunger, survival, and the fragile pulse of the ocean itself. Through their vocalizations, whales communicate with one another, sharing their presence, as well as their experiences, needs, and even warnings. In their notes, there are stories of adaptation, resilience, and the intricate connections that bind these animals to the changing ocean. Over a span of 6 years, a dedicated team of scientists from the Monterey Bay Aquarium Research Institute undertook a remarkable study of whale songs. With patience and persistence, they deployed hydrophones anchored hundreds of meters below the surface, capturing the haunting melodies of baleen whales, blue whales, fin whales, and humpback throughout the California current ecosystem. These underwater microphones began recording in July 2015, during the height of an unprecedented marine heatwave, and continued uninterrupted until June 2021. Over this extended period, the scientists collected an unprecedented archive of acoustic data, allowing them to analyze subtle changes in whale behavior and song patterns in direct relation to shifting ocean conditions. This research documented the presence of these creatures, but also provided critical insights into how environmental changes impact their lives beneath the waves. What they discovered was a symphony of ecological insight, far richer than they had anticipated. The patterns in whale song revealed themselves not as random, but as intricately tied to the availability of food, especially krill and tiny schooling fish, present in the ocean depths. On days when krill swarmed in great numbers, blue and fin whale songs were more powerful across vast distances, filling the ocean with their calls. Conversely, during lean years when krill populations dropped dramatically, the songs of these whales became subdued or even absent, their melodies fading into the background noise of the sea. The ebb and flow of whale song thus provided a sensitive, real-time indicator of prey abundance, revealing just how closely these giants of the sea are linked to the pulse of their environment. An interesting aspect uncovered by this study is that humpback whales were different from their baleen cousins in both behavior and adaptability. Early in the study, songs were detected on only 34% of days, suggesting that these whales were initially less present or vocal in the monitored areas. By year 6, however, the number had climbed dramatically to 76%. This shift was not random, it was tightly linked to changes in the ecosystem. Humpbacks are renowned opportunists. When krill, typically a primary food source, declined due to environmental fluctuations, these whales did not reduce their activity. Instead, they demonstrated remarkable dietary flexibility, swiftly switching their menu to include anchovies and sardines, which had become more plentiful. This ability to adapt their feeding habits enabled humpback whales to maintain their presence and vocal activity within the ecosystem, even as conditions change. Blue whales, specializing almost exclusively on krill, suffered when their prey vanished. Their specialized feeding behavior made them highly vulnerable to fluctuations in krill populations. When krill numbers dropped due to ocean warming or shifts in current, blue whales had little recourse, and their numbers declined. They lacked the flexibility to adapt their diet or feeding locations to changing conditions. But more than survival, their songs became a mirror, reflecting the health of the ecosystem. Scientists observed that as whale songs grew quieter or more frequent, these vocalizations provided real-time acoustic signals of underlying shifts in ocean productivity and prey availability. In this way, whale song is a living indicator of marine ecosystem health, alerting researchers to changes in food webs, oceanographic conditions, and the resilience or vulnerability of top predators. How did the team know all this? Their approach went far beyond simply listening. In addition to acoustic monitoring, the researchers conducted extensive fieldwork, gathering thousands of whale photographs, more than 17,000 images that enabled the identification of over 2,400 individual whales. This visual catalog enabled them to track the movements, residency, and site fidelity of specific whales over the years, providing valuable insights into population dynamics and migratory patterns. The team also collected skin biopsy samples and analyzed stable isotopes, a sophisticated technique that reveals changes in diet over time by tracing the biochemical signatures of different prey species. By integrating these data with meticulous records of oceanographic conditions, such as sea surface temperature, productivity, and currents, as well as year-by-year assessments of forage species like krill, anchovies, and sardines, the scientists built a comprehensive picture of the whale's world. The lowest rates of whale song occurred in 2015, at the height of a marine heatwave. During this period, ocean productivity plummeted, krill, the foundational prey for many baleen whales, virtually vanished from the ecosystem. The silence that followed was a direct reflection of the collapse of the food web. But the ocean is resilient. In the years that followed, as ocean conditions slowly stabilized and krill populations rebounded, the acoustic landscape also changed. Blue and fin whales returned in greater numbers, their songs once again rising in frequency and reach, signaling renewed hope for the ecosystem. Later still, a remarkable shift occurred. Anchovy populations began to surge. Opportunistic humpbacks responded rapidly, their songs becoming even more prominent as they feasted on this new abundance. The ebb and flow of these whale songs offered a living record of the ocean's recovery and the dynamic interplay between climate, prey, and predator. Each shift in melody and presence was a testament to the sensitivity of whales, and their voices, to even the subtlest changes in their world. And so, the whales spoke, not to each other, but to us. Their voices became living signals of oceanic pressures, prey crashes, and ecological resilience, or the lack thereof. As our planet changes, these recordings remind us, the harmony of whale song may well be the heartbeat of the ocean. By listening carefully, we learn not only who the whales are, but what the seas need. The 6-year acoustic chronicle off the U.S. West Coast reveals how tightly whale voices are tied to the availability of krill and other prey. When marine heatwaves strip the ocean of its foundational food sources, blue whales fall silent, deprived not just of song, but of sustenance. This loss is a mirror held up to our warming world. As marine heatwaves become ever more frequent and intense, a consequence of climate change, they press upon the ocean's delicate food chains, eroding their resilience. The study's findings align with broader predictions. Warming waters are likely to weaken energy flow through marine food webs, simplifying them, reducing biodiversity, and undermining ecosystem stability. Climate shifts jeopardize even the long-term recovery of whales. Modeling reveals that unless we curb warming and preserve krill reserves, some whale populations, with blue whales among the most vulnerable, could face local collapse or extinction by 2100. Do you have a question or a topic you'd like us to explore next? Drop it in the comments. Stay curious and keep uncovering the hidden stories of our planet journey.